So one of the things I found with Product Camp is it's almost like a family reunion. So every year you get a chance to come in and I'm literally walking around saying hi to people that I met last year or the year before that, right? So it's a really great just community event. Smart people come back year after year and just, connect over product management. Right? So we come into it from an agile context, but what I really like is it's not about agile, it's about product management as a profession. And so you can see talks about pricing, or you can see talks about how to handle technical debt, all within the same program from very different backgrounds. Very, very successful. So I'm finding, I remember when it was like 100 people or something like this, and you, again, still the same kind of community and activity, but it was a smaller event. And then what I've just seen year after year, nowadays I'm very proactive in any of the people that I'm trying to recommend to it. Is I always tell them you got to register in the first couple of days, otherwise you're not going, right? You can get onto a wait list, but it sells out immediately, and that I think just speaks to the fact that it's a great community, it's growing, and people enjoy coming here. So I think it's really driven by passion. So the most rewarding stories I have to share are the ones where you take the most unexpected situations, whether it's a corporate with a very difficult, challenging environment to work in, or whether it's a startup or a municipality where you just would not expect the people who get involved to get involved, and things become better. I almost measure that success of the engagements and the relationships that we build with our clients is by the people who come up and say, this changed how I look at my job, this changed how I work. So yes, we want to achieve business results for the clients that we work for, absolutely. But our goal, if you like, is to have everybody enjoy the process of doing that. We've seen too many, date-driven, must meet this deadline, must work within this budget, which I understand where that thinking comes from, but it's not really a place that people choose to work in. I think it's something different, and we're trying to both achieve the business outcomes while making it a really rewarding place to work in. I'm extremely excited about what's happening in the tech community here. I've been now, I'm now a Canadian citizen as of yesterday. So I've been here 8 years working towards that goal. And what I find interesting in those 8 years, Vancouver's grown from a technology hub that was kind of small and like shoots growing. It had potential, and now Stuart just talked about 2 startups here that have got $15 million in funding. The technology hub is really beginning to grow, and it's got a vitality about it that is very exciting. So I think there's a huge amount of potential for it, and I see it continuing to grow and becoming a really interesting place over the next decade or so. You've seen it as well, I'm sure. It's just one of those exciting things. It's impossible to hire anyone. They cost a lot of money. All of those are good signs for the tech community, right? And also, you get really strong community vibe. Like, people are out there to help one another. They're out there to bring everybody up, rather than, it's not that cut and thrust place that you might find in other areas. Yeah, always a pleasure to be here. So I really appreciate, and just the organization that goes into it. I always am blown away with what gets pulled together, and the small team. It's never a big team. It's a small team that pull that together. So great job. Thanks.